Ta-ta-ta.
But I'm ready now.
Nice.
I think I'm never ready. Just working.
Nice.
Maybe working. Alright, it's the wrong one. There we go. Maybe.
So I need to do the system that I can edit the map.
It's not showing. Well, I guess that works. Okay. Now I can put it on screen. And then I've got the code as well. Which I manually have to select again. There we go. If some reason it's spaced apart. Oh, there we go. People are here. Well, your assumption was wrong. I could assume that Toolbox is actually judging Pumpkin based on what underwear she has chosen to wear today. Well, kick her in party time. It's party time. Oh, Jannertto pick the bodysuit.
As per usual. I already sent you shared chat invite thingy.
Oh yeah, alright.
Alright.
I should go to that as well.
Maybe.
Maybe. Apparently not. I can apparently not join the chat.
What the heck? There's also the invite thingy magic.
Oh, I need to actually choose the actual invite for it to work. Well, I guess it wasn't a personal invite, it was just a generic invite. That explains why it didn't work then. Tank, that is a tank. There's a generic tank for now. It will be more detailed later.
That do be how it be.
Sand. Not very highly.
It's actually quite neat. Or is it? The skybox's land has changed color. Or has it?
No, it was a big plane behind which I deleted. Which shadow going on here? Yeah, it is a very low poly tank for now. It's going to be more an untextured, but there will be more things, and also inserted in the ground. But it's going to determine the height based on the, and it goes to complicated part, the individual target points.
And now I should have our newest art.
Right, but hello, Todd. That's not citrus. Oh, blueberry. I should redeem my fridge. Tomato. Twig box doesn't have any apples. Oh no. So I got all this beautiful code here, old code here. And it should be dynamic as it says. So
Need to actually get it to work, huh?
yeah, it actually needs to run, and that's where I'm a bit lost, I guess.
So, if the controls have actually been set up correctly, you should be able to just drag and drop the mono behavior or the script onto the game object. And then we see what happens.
Well, oh yeah, because I did put the things, and I do have the values. No, I scrolled away. Okay, so yeah, it does do it. It was very fast though, but yeah. Oh, it doesn't have a. Wait, why does it start? Oh, of course. I have to fix that. But yeah, so I can see that the numbers are updating.
Nice.
But of course, it's not correct because reversing actually results in it going forward, which I guess the controller would work too, which allows for more dynamic controls. The controller doesn't work. Oh, the controller is not connected. That would explain it. The unconnect. Now the controller works. Now you can just press it a bit. Probably accelerating too fast. But as I said, that's adjustments that can be made.
Yeah.
With my jacket with buttons and pins today, nice.
Things you probably want to do to the...
You should probably fix the bug first.
Yeah, maybe. But with the serialized field, you can open values to the editor that are like acceleration,
yeah,
and max speed and whatnot. So they can be set in the editor.
well, yeah, it does. Makes sense, yes. I mean, I could just make all of these. I assume I can just put these before those. Updated. And yeah, and then it shows that value. So I will focus on wait, I guess I can put all serialized filling at this point, since I put more than half for the moving forward backwards and have just a few left. But yeah, so okay, what is actually happening? So when I press forward, it accelerates forward. And when I release it, it stops accelerating. And if I press okay, so when I'm okay, so let's see, the target is wrong. That's interesting. Okay, so if I flip that only, maybe that's the only issue. What's the graphics is it? Might even see a small embroidery on it. What would that be? Not sure yet. A pony, a bunny. Okay, now it gives the correct negative values for the throttle and target, but I just have to inverse this. Did I get it backwards? Tricky with the reversing when things are backwards. I mean, there's more multiple ways to handle that, but if I plan to work on my drawing of Todd or start his backside and see what space already decided. I'm interested to see the Todd drawing.
I see. Interested in seeing the backside drawing.
Yeah. If I just okay, that was very slow. Okay, so here move forward. Um, okay. So this one will become -1. And that's a positive, so that makes it a negative number.
I am now sort of wondering, how difficult would it be to make a shader that borrows from the adjacent tiles,
No
their
idea.
texture, and sort of fades in between the tiles?
I don't know. I don't. It's been necessary to work on that anyway.
I suppose.
Okay, so if I change this to...
I'm mostly wondering because it would just be about the local distance, wouldn't it?
Okay, so now break can acts properly. So if you go forward and press backwards, it will slow down faster. But if you don't press anything... But now the reversing is the one thing I need to fix.
You didn't happen to make prefabs of the tiles, did you?
No.
Okay.
I don't remember if I sent over the latest changes to them though. No, I think I did.
I did just load them for the first time.
Because they should have all the... Yeah, it should just be the meshes. There's no... Nothing else.
I mean, the prefabs don't necessarily need to go through that pipeline anyway.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The mega.
Yeah. Yeah, of course not.
So the. Oh, okay. Of course, well.
Of course.
I suppose, of course, but not
Because...
everyone would know it's of course. Yes, you are correct.
I haven't done any prefabs anyway, so...
Probably should.
Well...
At least for the tank that you have now made.
Well, I'm still haven't finished code yet.
Well,
I mean, I could still do it, but I mean...
Side of things.
But I mean, maybe I want the code to kind of like, I don't know, work.
Yeah, but the code will sort of do its thing.
Obviously, I mean, I can always change code later, but I mean, considering it doesn't actually do what I want it to do, maybe I should just fix that anyway, because that's
yeah, I do get your side of the thing. I'm just saying that it doesn't really change anything from prefab's point of view.
Yeah, I know, but I'm focused.
Go focus.
I should probably lower these values as well. So it does. You should see that going negative, which means accelerating. And this means that it should accelerate but backwards, so lowering the number. You know, I think I did it correct. Wait, why is wait. Something is weird here. Something is weird. Hello, Steel Wasabi. Coach. This model has nothing to do with Finland. What model was that I was working on? Jaded. Okay, that works. Okay, so it was correct first. It was just one place I missed. And now to see if we can change these to more reasonable values. I guess that works fine. Further tuning would be by per vehicle anyway. There we go. It only means 60% Q today, much better than yesterday. Here's a pink bunny foot. Well, thank you. Okay, now.
Oh, heck. Well, that's fixed now. People on my side can even hear Pon Pon now.
Oh, I can be heard on Jannertto's side. Hello, everyone. Why is the screen bleeding? Because reasons.
So Unity turns itself to certain selected color when you enter play mode, so that you don't do changes while on play mode, because those changes will not stick.
Jaden is 100% Q today. You can make it any color you want.
Also, hello, Orimion.
No! My outfit. Jannertto.
Imagine that. What could have happened to it?
Jannertto is a criminal.
You have no proof of this.
I don't. But still. Why I do? It says right there that you did to the team.
Anyone could have falsified that.
Nah. Also, hello, Remy and Andres Ponpon. You know how it is. Jannertto sees Remy and Ponpon standing there. Jannertto walks up, pulls off Ponpon's dress, and says, hello, Remy.
I mean, it's clearly a public service.
Not how Remy is present. Cole is laughing at you. Or maybe it's Amy being in prison. Amy should be in prison for all the Amy crimes.
How is box of Tuke? Tuke of box.
The Dookie box. So it's like transform, rotate. Oh.
Yeah, the rotate is smarter. I tried to play with rotation and setting that, but the rotate works so much easier. Though as a little note, I would suggest making a thing there where it when it reaches a certain number in rotation, it reduces the number by a rotation's worth.
Okay, so mass mods. 360. I don't know, is it... How does the rotation work? Yeah, it is 360 degrees. Understandable, but weird too. Shouldn't it be 1?
I mean, if they used 1, there would probably be the problem of load accuracy.
No, that would be... They have less accuracy now. Having 1 would have more accuracy. Well, technically, you should, I mean, I guess 360 degrees does have more accuracy, but in a sense. But the higher you go, the less accurate the number is. But you should rather, when you're working floats, you should rather have multiples, no powers of 2 you're working with. So around 6, yeah.
Above or under the decimal point, or both?
Decimal zone works in powers 2, but above that, because so from 1 2, but not including 2, has a certain resolution. 2 to 4 has half the resolution, 4 to 8 has half the resolution, and so on. That means that from 128 to 256 you have a certain resolution, and then 256 to 512 you have half the resolution, but the rotation doesn't go all the way there. It only goes up to 360. I mean, technically you can make a rotation better by just going from minus 180 to plus 180, because then you get higher resolution on the rotation. But it's still at
There's a slight thing to this. I know to the rotation. I don't know if they actually use that number to define the rotation. Because they use quaternion as the rotation thing.
Now we're getting even more loss of resolution.
What do you mean?
Because you are defining it in one float value and then you're converting that over to another float value.
I don't know if that's the case. And also, I don't know if that matters in these sort of numbers.
It doesn't really matter, it's just loss of resolution.
Yeah. But I'm of the feeling that the quaternion is kind of the actual definer of the rotation. And the transform has that rotation simply for the ease of implementation. Because so few people understand how the fuck quaternions work. Me included.
It is weird. It works like the same, but somehow it has a multiplier attached to it.
Ah.
How does it actually work?
I'm pretty sure it fourth thing is an axis too. I just don't know which axis or how or why. Or does it modify just one axis? It would be so nice if you could turn the transform to use the quaternion and you could play around with it to actually like understand what the fuck is going on. I mean, I guess I could just use 4 ints and do that anyways. Just make a script that actively rotates it and lets me just play around with the numbers. Should do that at some point, DM. But
well, there is a lot of calculation goes to it. But I think I looked at it in Blender. Because in Blender you can use the quaternion rotation. And now Blender doesn't start. Perfect. Add a monkey. I can.
also,
No, I can put it on screen here. Yes.
you can also amend things that are already pushed.
I mean,
It just warns about it. You can still do it.
it complained when I did it, but okay.
It
Like it doesn't, like it didn't warn. It just didn't want to. I don't remember.
For me, it just gives a warning. Amend commit that has already been pushed.
So like if I place another one next to it. So on this screen, there we go. This one I use the usual one. So X rotation, it rotates this way in degrees. Quaternion rotation is the same X, but it has a rotates quite a lot at the start, and then it slows down as the number increases. Infinity. So you cannot. So in an infinite amount is 180 degrees. And Y obviously is based on Blender. So it works the same. It's just instead of degrees, it's just
What's the fourth number about then?
it's the amount. Like the higher the number is, the higher resolution it is, the less it rotates. So if it's at 1, it has the defined rotation. If it's at 2, it moves kind of like halfway between. But I guess it's not really halfway between because this number is also logarithmic. So it's just a logarithmic with a resolution multiplier, or a divider, I guess it technically is. So it's easy. That is pretty easy. No, I mean it works exactly the same. It's just logarithmic instead of degrees, and a divider on top of everything. Testing around in Blender, I can understand in a few seconds. If there's anything more to that, then I don't understand it fully. But as far as the simple testing is, it's the same. It's just not the degrees. So I understand that you wouldn't use that if you want, like, because every degree, or every step rather, whole unit makes the rotation smaller and smaller. Burgers. How do I get the current rotation then? Or should I have the current rotation stored as a value? Or can do like rotate Y. Whether so. Rotate over on a given axis by the number of degrees defined by. That's interesting. Can I get the current? Can I just add to the rotation instead of setting the rotation?
I don't think that is possible. I don't actually know why, but it's not.
Not that function.
The thing is that it's not open as a, whatchamacallit? It's not open as a value, so you can't add to it for that reason. I don't know why it is not open as a value. It might... I don't know. Sort of odd in that way, but I can only presume they have their reason for it, but that's all it's gonna be.
Okay, so I can... So I can add to position but not rotate. I guess I can't do that. It's not JavaScript. Yeah. Wait, how did I... Bloody burgers! I want to make a burger. Yeah, I guess the difference is position is a variable, rotate is a function. Well, there's rotation, which I guess you can add to. And what's the difference between rotate and rotation?
So rotate is a function that rotates the thing.
Yeah.
And I think that actually adds to the rotation.
Maybe that could okay, let's try that. Let's just rotate 1 degree per update.
It might well be the case that they have easier to use tools and they sort of want you to use those tools instead of fiddling with the numbers yourself. So you can do that if you just give it a new...
It spins. Okay, so it does add to rotation. Shouldn't it by... Well, I guess it's... I guess you set the rotation if you want to set the value and you use the rotate if you want to rotate the value. Or something.
Rotation is the variable, but it doesn't have like free access to it. You need to either set it or retrieve it. But you can't do math with it because it's not public value. As I understand the situation.
Well, let's do that. But the thing is, when it rotates and also moves, for that matter, when it updates the vehicle's position, you need to check if it collides with that thing. The collision only needs to check, like, it doesn't need to like have different, not care about the current height of the vehicle. A wall can just have a vertical collision. Now you can rotate the vehicle. Whoa. It rotates very fast though, but again, that's depends on the vehicle.
And also we need to kind of maybe consider, do we make the rotation faster or slower when the vehicle is at speed? And
yeah, I already did that.
Good.
There is a function for that. There is, or rather there is a variable that tells how much it should. It probably doesn't do much though. Okay, quite a weak effect. Where's there? Okay. That's interesting.
I'm going to make us a new layer. For the tiles. So I can use it as a raycast target layer.
Oh yeah, it makes sense to have a layer for the tiles specifically.
Thingy, yeah.
Yeah, that's why I should have. Wait, what else did I create it? Oh. Right. There. Today I learned that Baba is the Japanese word for grandmother, also means old lady, etc. It also means the same Polish and old Slavic. I can't find anything that's what's the word from a common etymology or if they use false prints.
Well, there is actually one thing that might explain that. For very young children have a habit of sometimes accidentally inventing words, and for some reason they have a habit of being similar, very easy babblings, essentially. Example, Papa being referring to Dad, if I remember right. I think in English.
Well, Japanese has multiple ones. That means one for grandmother, one for older woman. So obviously, which should not be too surprising, the Polish word comes from Proto-Slavic. Which came from the Balto-Slavic, which likely was just invented in the somewhere in the long times ago, while the Japanese, why did you scroll all the way to the bottom? Because most likely they don't have a definite proof that it comes from the Chinese word for ba and possibly reduplication, or alternative from upa. Which came from something, well, most likely nothing Slavic though. It's such a basic sound, so there are some, like how a lot of languages has mama is mother, even Navajo. One calls their mother Shima, me, ma, mother. Shima, my mother. Yeah, it's a very common one. Okay, let's see here. No, wait, the target is how much you press it. Yeah. It's control rotating. Once you're pressing the rotation. Do we call it rotating accelerate, not rotating speed? Weird. It takes that times that. But the rotating speed should have minus a dampening based on the lowercase. Does that work? No, why don't I have speed rotating, accelerate, target speed? Oh. Ads are playing apparently. But words for grandparents don't seem to be as considered across languages as those for parents, yeah. Well, depends. Yeah, because grandparents aren't usually as close, direct, close as parents.
I also feel like there is potentially something to do with the fact that the child is much more in dealings with the parents and sisters and brothers, siblings, that's the word. So them making babbling noises at parents and siblings, kind of inventing the words that many cultures use for them, at least at younger age, but usually also have a more official other term for them.
Okay, that works. So yeah, so what is missing is actually rotation.
That's an interesting quote.
No, 2 bucks, don't fall down in that hole. It's quite common for an infant to make a random noise and then parents seemingly being the only people who heard an actual word as if it was spoken by an English professor. Yeah, well, you see like some people claiming like toddlers who don't speak have like their own complex language that they speak between toddlers that we then forget about as we grow up. Like, no. And some people trying to be all scientific about it. No, there's no complex language. They're just saying random stuff that has no meaning. They're trying to mimic people speaking, and sometimes they have an intention to what they perhaps want to say. There could be intentions, but there's no logic behind it. This is random. Random is not complexity.
I disagree about the random part. Purely due to the fact that I presume it's some sort of a trial and error.
Well, yeah, it's
algorithm.
not. It's not random technically. Yeah, they do mimic certain patterns.
Yeah.
But yeah,
there is no higher meaning to it.
Yeah. Okay. And that might... Okay, I need to fill up with some water. Actually, I should have done it during the ad break, but it takes me a minute.
Okay. One has left. Everyone riot. This is the mildest riot I have seen. Good job.
And there we go. The baby,
Welcome back.
something about my baby is his first word. You know,
I don't think any baby says that long words. At least I think so. Then again, I don't know anything about babies, so.
Jannertto, the baby expert. Okay. Everything's been a bit too slow. Wait, how does... Okay, if I tried that...
Something weird is going on. Doing art, I see. There we go. Now I have to update it properly. No, we didn't. What? There we go. Now it's correct. Good. Something weird is going on here.
Anyway, it rotates.
Nice.
So now we just need to how do I, for the sake of simplicity, create a vector 3? Oh. I guess like that. But wait.
What are we waiting for?
Its movement should of course be based on which way it's facing.
Yes.
How would that work?
It is a bit complicated.
Nah, it's easy.
Okay.
Isn't there possibility to just add to one axis based on its current rotation?
Well, you can get out the objects forward and you can do the math from that. Was it transform.forward or something? And it then gives you vector 3 that essentially tells you what direction it's facing.
There's a normalized vector representing the blue axis of the transform in world space. That makes sense. That's what I'm looking for. So I'd simply take that, multiply it by speed. And add that to the position. I guess. We'll see if that works.
Maybe it does.
Whoa, it's very speedy.
Yeah, the speed doesn't have delta time in it, so if you put it to 1, it's gonna be 1 meter every fixed update, so
Yeah.
0.02 seconds or something, so yeah. It's gonna go fast!
Okay, yeah, I need to make sure. But it's top speed. Well, I guess it stops with this one, so... But it needs to be a bit lower.
Or you can add the times fixed update to the movement speed, but
I mean, that works.
I guess simply having a lower max speed would technically reduce the amount of math that needs to be done, but...
Yeah, because this isn't in... It's not really done. To be fair, if it changes the... If changing the update, the number of updates, if you feel like changing that for some reason.
Well, then making the fixed update as a timer there would indeed be quite useful, because then we don't need to
Okay, if I multiply it by the fixed update thing, how do I get that value?
Time with capital D and then dot, and there should be fixed delta or something.
Fixed delta time, the interval in section of in-game's time at which physics and other fixed frame rates updates are performed.
There's an exact same thing for the time delta, which is for the update, essentially how long is the time between frames. But that's gonna fluctuate, but it's not gonna be a big deal. If you were doing something that needs to be... If you are doing something in updates that needs to be in... consistent, needs to be consistent with time, then you would use the time dot delta update thing. No, time delta, that's the thing, yes.
I wonder if this is fixed number, the instead of multiplying by delta time is divided by how many updates per second it is. Obviously that needs to be applied to the rotation too. But so far...
That will slow the rotation down a lot.
Yes, I need to increase the rotation speed and then multiply it by... now it moves at a more... And it also reverses properly. It moves... It's working, and it should rotate faster when it stands still, but rotates slower when moving at speed. How much slower it should rotate is a different question. Quote, I'll show up in your dreams. Oh, Stephanie. Cole got the perfect emote. Flat pon and the poor emote. That is a good combination.
On getting stepped on in someone's dreams, I guess. Being a dream bunny must be dangerous work.
Yep. It is a tough job. A tough jam as a dream bony. You never know what kind of crazy stuff you will explore in dreams. That would be a fun game. Pump on the Dream Bunny with a video game.
I presume there would be a lot of vanishing dresses in that game.
I mean, obviously that would be one of the... a lot of underwear in the death animations.
I more feel like this would be a case of like Mario gets a mushroom and grows, but Bonbon gets a dress and gets a power up and a dress.
Oh, I see. So yeah, actually that was kind of one of the... They had that different outfits gives Bonbon different power-ups.
And then they would be introduced in thematically adequate levels.
And what does that mean? So like a water level will introduce the swimsuit.
Yeah, and another suit that might be introduced in water level would be the mermaid outfit.
Yeah.
And then bodysuit would be in the sneaking level that everyone hates because the sneaking mechanic is kind of just built as an afterthought.
But then the sneaking mechanic has to be designed good then.
Nah, that never happens.
By figuring out what is it people don't like about it.
So, sneaking mechanics and gameplay needs to kind of designed to be more of a puzzle and less as a necessarily mechanic. If you're gonna require it from the player. Something like Metal Gear, it's at least in the later games, it's more of a you can do this and avoid needing to fight things. Or just make your own life easier.
Yeah, it shouldn't. I think what
doing the riskier thing.
People don't like about the sneak mechanic is that you're not allowed to be like, if you get discovered, it's game over.
Yeah, and then you need to repeat it multiple times because
even
some
though
rando always happens to see you.
Even though in previous levels you have just murdered everything without issue.
Yeah. But now there's a plot point that stops you from succeeding in that manner. Oh no.
Oh, Stefan me Sunny. Oh yeah, that was kind of a sunny moment.
I guess Payday in a way is kind of a example of where bad stealth, like feasible level stealth mechanics have succeeded quite well. They give a lot of leverage to the player, or like if someone is almost seeing you, you have some time depending on your build to get away from their vision. But if you're walking around in some heavy body armor, then it's gonna be a different story.
Well,
I noticed that I have made my
Yeah.
tile thing bit funnily, but I think it might work. So instead of the tiles having the... Or actually that might not be a bad idea, yeah. I haven't given the tile script to the tiles themselves, but for the... As far as I know, the tile map. Where the fuck are they actually? They are mono behavior, so they should exist somewhere. Yeah, that might be an issue. Does it create them?
What have you done?
There are mono behavior scripts that are not tied to an object as far as I know. And I don't know if that's a bad thing, good thing, or just a thing.
Well, it is a thing.
Definitely is a thing.
Okay. You wanted this tank prefab?
Yeah.
Where should I place it?
We should have a prefab folder. That's the...
Okay, where do we have the prefab folder? In the art folder?
It's on the level with art.
Or on the level with art, in assets.
So it's, yeah, it's in assets, yeah.
You want it with the uppercase and lowercase f.
That's fine.
Do we have a folder in this folder?
Probably for tiles at least there's one.
Yeah, that makes
Maybe
sense.
for vehicles a second.
Yeah, vehicles can have a folder.
Yeah, and then all the vehicle
Because
prefabs
then we're
are
going
there.
to have like objects. So there's
Yes. Do I presume we... Well, at least I have now called them structures. Maybe I could rename it.
No, I mean structure is fine. Object is more generic.
Yeah.
So structure is fine because it describes it a bit more.
Mm-hmm. So a tree can be a structure.
Yeah, well, I mean it's structured.
Well, I suppose the tree has spent a lot of time building that structure, so...
Yeah, it's a structure is a cohesive whole built up of distinct parts, such as a vehicle. Structure does come off more of a static thing that is intentionally constructed.
I mean, trees do use a lot of intention in building themselves.
Yeah, well, the sandy ground the ground doesn't really have much intention behind it. Oh, hello, Coachy. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Structure is a good term.
I guess somehow rocks are also structures, but that's kind of where the logic breaks, but the reason for the naming still exists.
Yeah, unless it would make sense to divide buildings and tower stuff up from the nature stuff.
I mean, maybe, but the slot for it is kind of still named the same. But...
Yeah, it is the slot. I mean, yeah, that's fine. So yeah, keep it that way.
Yeah. But then I need to refigure a way to actually get the...
What does
spawn?
What does that mean? Oh, I see. Immerse vehicles, right? So vehicles is done.
I'll use the poop swipe one because you know it's Jannertto.
Yeah,
What is it? Nice choice, Jannertto. I hope nothing bad will come out of this. That might have been the time when nothing bad came out of it.
I'm gonna play to the Pon branch.
So, I suppose since switching the vehicle is going to be a rather important part of the game, that might be something we want to start doing next, or you want to start doing
I mean,
next.
the vehicle is still not even... Okay. So... What do I call this? Boom. The vehicle is not... So what do... So what is the... What I need the vehicle needs to still be able to see the ground.
Fair enough.
So I should like read. Wait, I don't have this. Oh wait, no? What does it say? Never is never assigned to an exhausted.
So that usually means that it's just not ever used in anything. Including that nothing ever states that what value it has.
But it is used.
Ah.
That's what's so confusing. It is being used. Boolean is never assigned to and will always have its default value 0.
This is a serialized field, so that doesn't necessarily hold true.
No, but the compiler doesn't know. But it is being set here. It is the same one because it's being highlighted.
Odd.
And it even compares it and uses it in the function.
And that part of the script is being run.
Well, yeah, because the other parts here are run too, so...
Okay.
To be fair, this current speed is being set but never read, but that's not the one I complained about. What is being read here, but yeah. So, yeah, to be fair, in the end result of this is that the... all these three values are in the end unused. It only marks one of them, but they are in the end unused. It does a bunch of calculations but doesn't use it because it doesn't rotate the turret as of now, but it still figures out what the value should be. So yeah, when I become an evil lord, my henchman will be trained not to go walk towards suspicious sound coming from the bushes. There won't be any bushes where I'll need guards posted for this reason. They'll be on alert, sure, but they will not abandon their post to commit an obvious distraction. If someone sees you, they should go check where they saw you. No, what do you need? You see, they must abandon their post. How else are you going to play the game? a stealth game where all the guards behaves properly. Quotes and bodysuit. Nice choice, Jannertto. I hope nothing bad will come out of this. Something bad come out of it. No, I don't need my henchmen being taken out one by one because they're dumb enough to fall for obvious distractions. And also, one of the guards is gone. I guess nothing weird is... Nothing weird with that.
Or finds a fellow, like, pile of fellow guards.
No, at least that they will be alerted by.
Guess I need to check on them.
Okay, so
Becomes
this
yet another body in the pile.
This object has the 4 target thingies. So how would...
So I would suggest you make a array, game object array that is serialized.
Serialized, wait, game object array? Wait, what does that mean?
Serialized field.
Yeah.
Private game object.
Oh.
And then you put the square brackets after it, and then give it a name.
Oh, because an array. Okay, yeah. Yeah. What do we... What was it? I guess target... target ground. Target...
Oh, the brackets need to be after the game object, and then there needs to be a...
Oh yeah, the game object is... Right.
Yeah. Indicates it as not a game object variable, but a game object array variable. Essentially. Then in the inspector you can add the points there.
Yeah. Wait, now I had a prefab and the object. Is it the same object?
They are technically not the same as the one in the prefab, but they are connected to each other and they can be kind of updated. So you need to say overwrite one in the scene to update it into the prefab.
Okay.
At the top of the inspector, if you inspect the tank in the scene and then scroll to the top on the inspector window,
Yeah, there's the
overrides. And then you can click that and update or apply the
apply.
things.
Yeah, so I should set it and then apply it.
Yeah. And now it should then be in the prefab too.
Yeah, there we go. Boom.
Simple as that.
So now it has that. Is it now for the complicated part?
I mean, you need to raycast.
No, yeah, but
downward.
now the thing is, this This isn't a mesh inside the object. How do I need to... This mesh is the object, or like, can I manipulate the mesh without manipulating the object?
What?
So I can change how the mesh looks like without affecting where the object is. Since that was the goal.
That is true. So you should make the vehicle model a child game object of the vehicle itself.
Send in an object.
And then move the control scripts into that parent game object.
Okay, but what can, like, an empty? I'm trying to make sense of this. So will this game object be all vehicles?
It can be. It's essentially the player controller portion. Then if we have the different vehicles as prefab saved somewhere.
Wait, should it? Wait. Now I got confused again.
I feel like the vehicle itself should have a prefab without the tank. And then we have in the vehicle thing that it spawns the one that vehicle's model and reads its habits from the thing it has spawned.
Okay, a prefab without the vehicle. And then it will spawn a V. That makes sense, yeah. That is so much for me to deploy at the time.
You might still want to have the tank prefab in existence.
Why?
Well, there might be things that we need to configure for the tank as a prefab. For example, if we want to give it different stats for its movements, that the movement script then reads from the tank.
That seems very unnecessarily complicated. Why is that not just kind of like a... Because it's just different numbers. This must be a much easier way to do that.
That is a relatively easy way to do it.
So it just... You place the vehicle, you spawn the vehicle, decide which mesh it's using.
which vehicle prefab it's using, and then it asks from there.
Why does it have to be a prefab?
Because that's an easy way to handle game or models having different data.
Okay, how do I make a prefab with data? So I can just...
Because prefabs can have scripts in them.
But it's not going to have a script.
Why not?
Because the game, the vehicle object is having the script. I saw it.
Well, then the vehicle script itself needs to have all the potential vehicles we are gonna use in it, and then instead of editing the vehicles as the vehicles and the vehicle stats in the vehicle, we will need to edit the vehicle prefab and then flip over to the vehicle script and edit the
They're just going to use the same
vehicle
script, and I guess the helicopter would be different, but...
one just simply not drive through haha.
Yeah, I'm lost what you're talking about. I'm trying to think how to make sense of this. Because the vehicles are still just going to use the same script anyway.
Yeah, but we are probably going to want to have different stats for the tank and the car.
But I mean, as I said, it's just a few numbers. It shouldn't require a completely separate entity.
It doesn't require it, no, but it does make implementing them a hell of a lot easier.
Well, okay. I'm still not sure how I would even construct this.
The kind of simple way is that you make a new script that houses those max speeds, accelerations, etc. And then when you switch vehicle, it will get a new set of that specific script tuned for that specific vehicle into your vehicle script. And then it uses the numbers from there.
Well, so I need a new script then.
That's not very difficult thing to do, is it?
No. But there's a lot of things on this menu.
Oh yeah.
Is there a search?
It's under the scripting. Create, and there's the scripting.
So...
Mono behavior script.
Yeah, there is. I guess because I used it last.
Where there is a search bar is that if you...
It's weird, but okay. Vehicle data, I don't know.
That's good.
So how would this hold the numbers?
So quite simply, you just make a list of all the like commonalities or like differentiating variables. So if the vehicles have a different maximum speed
Well,
you add that as a variable. If they have different accelerations, you add that as a variable.
yeah, a bunch of variables. But so wait, okay. And then okay.
One way approach is to then make all of them public. So the other script can just read them. The second way is to have a interfacing method which would update the variable numbers from that script.
Yeah, it just needs to read them anyway.
Okay. And then you just make a variable called into the vehicle control thing, you made vehicle data variable. And then you
What?
so in here you make a vehicle variable. It's so in the vehicle controls block, where are all the variables, the target wheels and whatnot. In there you make a variable for the vehicle data.
Okay.
And for testing purposes, it's probably gonna be serialized field.
Yeah, I just don't know what data type it is.
It is the class you just made.
So vehicle data, that was doing nothing.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, there we go.
Yeah. There we go. And then you just give it a reference name.
What? What?
The vehicle data, you just named it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was a bit backwards in time. Ignore it.
So all it now is, instead of using these, it just reads from these. So I would have to specify that everywhere. Can I?
I mean, you can just copy vehicle data dot.
Yeah.
And then add that in front of all the variables. That's gonna be much faster. But yeah.
I was thinking about doing that, but it doesn't allow me to do.
Yeah, it doesn't. I don't think it likes the dot, which is the problem.
Well, I can search for it and then replace it that way.
But when you're done with that, all we need to change is that vehicle data block. And it's gonna...
Okay, let's do regex. Where's regex here? Because I don't want to do like copy paste. This is what we got regex for.
Nice piece of automation. Of which I still don't understand well enough to actually use.
Well, you specify all the ones you want here. Boop, that's all of them I want. And I want them all to become that. And then boop, done. And of course I don't need this. Oh yeah, that one too. What to complain about now? Didn't replace all of them, what? What? Why didn't they replace all of them?
Good question.
There. And delete that. Yeah, now it works. That was strange.
Nice. So now the numbers are being read from the data block. And now we just need to make the data block in the inspector. So you go to the vehicle and give it a new vehicle data.
Wait, what?
How
does that make sense?
This is more so for showcase reasons, I suppose.
Why not just do it properly instead?
You can.
So, is there really not a better way of doing this? It just feels so strange. There we go. Here we have a tank. The only thing missing is the actual the target's wheels. That should also be part of it. I guess I don't need to avoid that stuff.
No. Those are implemented in the vehicle script itself, or vehicle controls.
Yeah, well, yeah, so there we go.
Oh yeah, it's the add component, isn't it?
And here it also should read, well, it doesn't read this yet, but it's part of this one. I haven't used that one yet, but yeah, so I should have a so I should have a prefab of the individual type of vehicle as well.
Yes.
Why does it have a position? Why doesn't it have... Wait, what? I must not have applied it. Let's start over. I thought I didn't. It's right there.
I think you added it into the turret, possibly.
That might have happened. There we go, now it works. Oh, I didn't. Yeah, if only there was a better way. I don't know, this just feels...
You can select all of them.
I could probably...
Shift select or whatnot, and then just drag and drop all of them at once into the wheels.
Yeah. There. Now it has... Oh, I see, you're non-descripting all of a sudden.
Do you want to make a
snowman?
No. The vehicle script spawn the set vehicle then.
I mean, that seems reasonable that it should do that.
I suppose then we ought to make a switch vehicle method.
That makes sense. Public. I don't know if it's public, private. Void.
I suppose it depends on if we want vehicle controls to be able to do it itself, or if it's supposed to be like the hangar changing the vehicle or not.
I mean, the game mode is basically the same anyway, so, but it needs to get instructed from somewhere where to what to change to, so.
You could actually do it so that the switch vehicle takes in a game object as a parameter.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And that would be the vehicle it changes to.
They're very creative. You can call it vehicle too. Code B for but easy to remember.
The vehicle would probably want to have a variable for vehicle controls might want to have a variable for the vehicle game object itself. Mostly for the purposes of keeping track of its existence and what to delete when we are changing the vehicle.
I did not follow.
Create a new game object variable in the top.
Oh, so it should store which object it is.
Yes. Practically it just stores a reference to the game object as far as I know, but yeah. This one doesn't necessarily need to be a serialized.
Could have been sense just to see if everything works.
Yep. And since we are switching the vehicle, we might want to start by destroying the current vehicle.
Okay. That's fine. So it should create. How do?
So, game object with the capital G.
Okay. Game object. Destroy.
Destroy. Yeah. And then you put the current current vehicle in there. And then instantiate is the create a new.
Do a game object or just instantiate?
So it just instantiate.
But then it still needs to keep track of the so it can.
Yes.
So I do current vehicle like that. Whoops, without the question right.
So the instantiate can be used as a game object variable, so you can feed exactly as you have done.
Yeah.
Good job. So that should technically work. Now we just don't have any way of actually calling the method.
No, but we can just run it here as a test, I guess.
Well, then you need to make a variable that holds the prefab you want to call.
There's no. So I can just type as it's prefab vehicles beautifully. Beautiful, there you go. No, because that's a string, so it doesn't work.
Well, I don't know if there's a way to do that some way. But I don't know about that. I'm guessing there's a way to do it that way, but I just don't know how to do it.
I guess it comes with time. I guess yeah, must be able to like because doing this whole serialized field thing is test switch to this beautiful name. Scroll down. Vehicle data with the wrong one. Current vehicle away. Current vehicle data script. Where did it go? It doesn't show up.
It's on the bottom there.
No.
Or is
I can't really test switch to this.
oh, there's a. You haven't put the switch because the switch vehicle doesn't work.
Oh yeah, it can't compile. That's why. That's why.
That do be why.
There we go. Now I can put it there. Okay, let's see if it works then. Or does it error because it doesn't have anything to destroy? Ooh. No, it
Hello, never.
it created. No, it didn't create it under itself.
Oh yeah. We need to add some things to the instantiate.
I just delete this one. Yeah, it needs to be created as a
Child object to the thing we are the vehicle controller.
yeah. Your parent. Okay, so I do. I create it and then I set its parent. No, it doesn't work. Transform parent. And then I set it to, or unless I should use the command set parent, if that's nicer, I don't know. And then I do it itself. How do you refer to how transform is like that? Does that work? Do. Huh. That actually worked. Look at that. But it doesn't move, but it worked. It worked.
There's apparently an error.
Is there an error?
So it says.
Oh.
Object reference not set to an object.
Vehicle controls, vehicle update value. Yeah. It doesn't. Everything works fine. It's dysfunction because it doesn't understand.
It doesn't set the vehicle data, which means that we then need to get the vehicle data from the now created prefab.
But yeah, this works. The variable transform set parent to transform, which is basically self.
Yeah. So after that,
should I set vehicle data?
Yes.
To current vehicle data. No. I wish.
Get component.
Get component vehicle data. What does it take? String system.type t.
You need larger than or smaller than and larger than bracket.
So I can specify
what type of component, yes.
And what would that be? A vehicle data?
Yes.
Oh, it's just like that.
Yes.
Well, that seems easy enough. I'm back. Why is my name gray? Your name appears red. Looks red to me. There we go. Now we can drive it. Whoa. But it's offset though. For some reason.
I don't know necessarily where you spawn the vehicle. And that might be the issue here.
I didn't specify
because you
anything.
don't. Well, that's exactly kind of the problem. So, while you're reparenting it, you might also want to zero the location. Or it might just be that the prefab has offset.
Yeah, it was the offset on the prefab.
I don't know if there's something else that can affect it. Like, for some reason it...
No, it's just because of the silly way of creating the prefab.
Okay.
Isn't there like a proper way of making a prefab on mesh?
I mean, you can right-click
and create prefab that way.
Create a prefab. The thing about that is that then you need to manually get all the components and whatnots to...
But how is that different? Also, I don't see the option to create it as a prefab. It just seems easier that way.
It's under the scenes, I think. Scene prefab.
I don't even have an option for C9, eh? What are you reading?
Really?
If I right-click the mesh,
create.
I don't have...
Now, you right-click the project area. Let's create scene and prefab.
Oh yeah, I was thinking I could just easily just make it from the mesh itself. I mean, the only thing it contains is really mesh.
No, the prefab for the tank contains multiple game objects and a couple other funny things. Also, you can double-click the prefab to actually edit it, like in the scene thingy.
I wish I could just... I don't know. Something just feels weird. Anyway.
Me, it feels quite fine. Though, that doesn't really help you at all.
No. Just some elements here just feels a bit... amateurish. Doesn't feel like a professional development tool.
Thanks for the follow, okay, badass Dark Lord.
Oh, yeah, gay badass Dark Lord.
Quite the name.
This is what I was looking for, Rustam 468. Oh, it's even numbers. Haven't seen that quote in 1,000 quotes, apparently.
I don't know about professional, but I see it working. And
well, yeah, I mean,
I know how to use it. So
Not the security working part is just that, oh, I want to create a prefab out of a mesh, therefore I'm going to drop the mesh into the scene. Like, is it anything that comes with the whole drag and drop system? I don't know.
the editor is the implementer's tool, and since we aren't using code-based editors, it is probably more for the visual and graphic users.
I guess. But yeah, I have no problem with it being an option. It just feels like if you can manually just create prefab and set everything up yourself, but obviously it's so much easier to just put a mesh into the scene and then drag the mesh from the hierarchy, and then you have a prefab of it. Therefore, I just want to be able to right click on a mesh and then just make prefab. Why is that not an option? That seems to be the more professional way of doing it. I'm using professionalize.
The thing is that you aren't necessarily supposed to make just meshes and whatnots in the prefab that often, but on our circumstances that seems to be happening quite a couple of times. But technically it should happen only like 4 times or something. Or no.
But yeah, but still, I mean, even though I still think like right click make prefab should go through that process.
Yeah, and
the and then you select your prefab and just add the functions you want.
And the baked directions should be by default. But yeah, there are a couple interesting things.
Yeah.
Hello, codes.
Unless you have...
I am...
No, codes.
Doing game production. With Bonbon here.
And it is...
Also...
working.
Over.
Hello? Yeah, I just saying oval like a silly one. Boom, boom, boom. It is moving.
Bonbon is creating the vehicle script and playing with the switching of vehicles at the moment, and
it is working because it switched to this vehicle.
Now if we could only find out if we could switch it to another vehicle.
Oh, I see. Jannertto is over. Bonbon is evil.
Well, I have a separate redeem for the different ones.
Oh, I see. No, I thought you had one.
No, I only have Ovo. Should I have Ovo too?
Does it?
Maybe I should.
How would that sound when you make it?
Ovo?
Well, I guess that sounded nicer than Ovo.
Yes, I need to play around with it then.
What was the... Oh, listen to that. Oh. If you're paying to see my underwear, I can't hide it. I just have to accept it. Isn't there do I have an emote that is like... I guess I don't have a money one. I can't have anyone paying for my butt.
I see. Yeah.
Did you know that ja is Swedish for yes and no?
I did not.
Since it's a combination of the words yes and no.
I see.
Which you of course know.
Yes, yes.
I guess you've studied a lot of Swedish.
Yes, yes.
You forgot about those words. I see.
That is not too far off.
At least I have this emote sequence. I've been studying a lot of Swedish. Ooh. Actually, I have a flag emote. There. So, now it can read the tank and it reads all the data from the tank. And then I could make a different vehicle with different values.
Yes.
So,
You could also make the thing, the quote-unquote structure that lets you switch the vehicle.
what do you mean? Like, sometimes it explains something and I'm like, okay, now I think I got it. I don't understand half of the sentence, and then I understand the second half of the sentence, and like, wait, what?
I don't remember the sentence exactly, but
Yeah, that's the problem. Then I
essentially-
don't remember the first half of the sentence. I can't make sense of what was just said. Something about a structure for vehicle changing.
Yeah, that's about it.
Okay.
You could make that.
I should make it. I should make the asset for it.
Or in this case, you could make the script, but
Could make
whichever
this.
we want to start away with, start from.
I don't know. I could. I mean, I could make the script, but where would I place the script?
I mean, it would make sense placing the script on the prefab of the structure that is being used for switching vehicle.
So how about I create a flat plane and it's going to be a stand-in for it?
That sounds like an excellent approach.
Why is this cube all rotated? Oh, because it ended up on the main camera. So wait, if I create then this, wait. But this one shouldn't have. Oh, but anyway, it's a cube. It'll be a cube for its testing purposes. Would I put that script in where, like, because I have the control folders where I created the The control folder is more of a vehicle folder at this point.
Yeah. I mean, you could make a structures folder that could possess things like the switching, the
structures.
breaking of the structures and whatnot.
Yeah. Well, okay, let's call it base something. Base. There must be more than like 2 words, I mean. No. How dare you? Jannertto.
I don't know.
Your name is written all
Nice
over it.
dots.
Wolf Frost. Oh yeah. The channel. Who is a hedgehog who named Wolf for some reason. I don't know why. I want. Okay, there we go. That's the best I can name it. Have it name make sense. Oh, there's nothing dirty about PP. Okay, base platform. I guess it itself would be the one creating the vehicle object or something.
Yeah, we could make it so that it spawns the vehicle controller too. But,
It makes sense, I guess.
yeah, and then we would have a separate game object for the like.
No, because yes, it would. Wait.
The inactive bases or whatnot. If we are gonna have some bases that you can find and then use.
Yeah, that's what's the point. So they need to be. I guess it shouldn't spawn the object. I guess the object always exists.
Or we just set one of them as the starting base. Or we just add it in the scene.
I mean,
That
that's
doesn't really
just an attribute applied, like a variable.
Yeah, just a boolean ticked on.
No, it should be like team based, I guess. I mean, I guess that's a boolean. Yeah. Team 1, team 2.
Team based. Then
Yeah, like it's supposed to be 1-on-1. Kind of like how that's how it's. So I guess an integer has to be. In case we want more than 2 teams, but I wasn't planning on having more than 2 teams because then things gets more. But I mean, yeah, you can make a public int team. That's the owner team. And when you occupy the base, you take over it. Brick start at -1, which means no team. And that's it, I guess. Could I go wherever I please?
I guess. Yeah, you played around with the trigger enter.
Yeah, it is some zone you should be within, and then.
And also from trigger enter we can capture the vehicle controller that is now inside the area. And then call the switch vehicle from that specific vehicle controller.
I only have one vehicle anyways.
But what if the enemy vehicles want to switch?
Yeah, that's the because Return Fire has some multiplayer modes, one-on-one. It would be neat with a multiplayer mode too, but that's for later. But it wouldn't hurt to like take in consideration. So it basically just checks. So I guess the vehicle, the main vehicle controls here should have team. I wrote public on it, by the way.
Maybe we don't need to. Oh, okay. Think about those things yet. Can kind of be implemented later on.
Yeah, but at the same time, every object, at least not every object, maybe this is where nature and structure should be separated. No, it doesn't have to. Every structure, every built thing would have a team associated with it. So is it a friendly object or an enemy object?
We could actually use tags for that.
Oh.
The game objects have tags.
I thought it would be easy to just have a variable, but okay.
I mean, they are a variable, so...
Okay.
We just need to look for the game objects tag, and that's the variable.
Wait, okay.
I suppose potential reason to do it this way is that there's more access to them. I don't know.
Do.
There is a reason to use tags. I am not 100% certain on
Unity what use tags. Tags is the label and organized game object. They help you identify objects easily in scripts, make your development smoother and more efficient. I guess, yeah. However, some argue that it's a bad practice using the tagging system. Here we go. There isn't a problem with tags per se. It's just that Unity has a pretty bad implementation of a tag system. You can only have one tag per object, for example. Yeah, that's an issue. Also, using string literals and comparing strings is just ugly. Yeah, I think I read about this before. Yes. And error prone. Yeah, I think it might just be better to...
Okay, fair enough. I feel like the tags can be used without comparing the strings.
This possible.
See what their manual says about.
But as far as I can see here, it is not tags themselves, but Unity's tag Unity's object tag that is a problem because it creates code smell in larger games. That's a phrase.
What does that mean?
It is a common example of a bad tag user because you already have other. There's no point in checking if it has the tag. It would actually be better to check if the. Yeah, like instead of using tags, you can just write it in other ways.
Guess.
Yeah, code smell was very interesting. Oh, apparently that is a phrase. In computing programming, a code smell is any characteristic of source code that hints at a deeper problem. And also the term what is and is not a code smell is subjective and varies by language development and development methodology.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's what they say here. One way to look at smells is with respect to principles and quality. And quote, smells are certain structures in a code that indicate violation of fundamental design principles and negatively impact game design quality. Code smells are usually not bugs. They are not technically incorrect and do not prevent the program from functioning. Instead, they indicate weaknesses in design that may slow down development or increase the risk of bugs or failures in the future. Yeah, so I could see why some people would consider tags to be code smell. They function, but the whole comparing strings and you can only have one tag for the object, it's probably better to just make proper, like, the normal way of doing variables in an object and read and like do it like that instead. Code smell, yep, apparently that's a term. I wasn't aware of it. New record, nice, 73. So it's probably better to just have a team variable in an object and then we just check what the which is an integer, not a boolean. And then it just runs the and then it just has a function, I guess.
I don't get why they would use strings for the tags, but okay.
Yeah, someone else said, like, shouldn't they just be... No, but apparently that's... Yeah. Because when I checked the how they implement it, it says, like... You do like the game object dot tag, and that's a string.
The layers accept numeric and...
Yeah, layers are integers.
Yeah.
Because, yeah. Hey chat, do I drink alcohol today? No, Kochi. You should never drink alcohol. I mean, you do as you want.
Never, but when you want.
Never drink alcohol, but I'm not here, Madre. So I guess you just have set team and then you have like... You do like public int get team, and then you have public void set team, which has an int team, and then you do return. Did I call it just team? Yep, team is quick and short. And here's team equals... No, how do you... Do the team equals this team, I guess? I'll try to remember. I can always type this as... Oh, that refers to that. Whatever. Okay, so it's not this. Okay, it's this team equals team. There we go. Aha.
Hello, coach.
Obviously, I could change the argument name to a different, but now I want it to be. It works. It works that way. I know some programming stuff could add, I'm not your mother. Okay, there we go. It's good when it's out of context. I mean, I'm not sure. I mean, I'll keep it, but I mean, like, I am not your mother. I'm not one's mother. There you go. Now you can get a team and set a team for the vehicle. And then you just, although it's kind of clunky having to like manage like everything in his shit. But I guess a lot of structures would use the same code. Since they will be like shootable, destroyable. Pon, has anyone called you mommy in chat? Don't know, maybe not. Like those thirsty guys.
I'll be honest, Pon doesn't really elude that mommy energy.
But I do elude mommy energy. I have an outfit today.
Ha 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 ha.
I'm glad that I'm funny.
You are funny, yes.
I don't think I've had someone wanting me to mean their mother. So Pon gives big sister energy. That sounds more right. That's true. And I am also. Well, I guess Pon isn't a big sister. I guess Pon doesn't have any siblings.
Pon is also the annoying, teasing older sister to Kochi.
Pon is like an older sister to Kochi, teasing Kochi for all the things.
Indeed.
But I don't get the but I don't like the implication of Pon being Kochi's big sister because of reasons.
I see.
Because it's am That's a reaction. Speaking of, I need to drink some water. Kochi is a self-proclaimed thirsty guy. Did I say Kochi? Box I meant to say. You can quote that anyway. Box is a self-proclaimed thirsty guy. That is what I meant to say. Sometimes one struggle I have, Mermaid, is that names always get mixed up in my head. So the base platform, I mean, it's also going to be like occupied. There we go. 2 boxes separate. Nicely. So it would be nice with like a co-op mode too. Do I give off mommy vibes? No. You give off creepy uncle vibes. And by that I mean at least you find it funny. Well, call me Uncle Kochi from now on. Yeah, but you know, Kochi, Uncle Kochi. You know, it's very awkward at a family gathering where Uncle Kochi shows up and starts undressing Pon.
I don't know. I just feel like everyone does that.
I mean, you're not wrong. So things we are. This family reunion is going to be so. So we have big sister Pon Pon to whoever she's a big sister to, and her uncle Kochi comes and takes her clothes. Yep, that's how it is now. Unfortunately. You wanted me...
Kochi, I feel like this became weird ages ago.
Sure. Okay, I guess this is again Pon Pon bullying Kochi. But at least Kochi hasn't bullied Pon Pon yet. But I mean, yeah, it is just based on your behavior. That's why I'm kinda, self-defense to the max. Crucify skate. New Pon Pon lore. Paris? What does that mean? I don't like this lore anymore. Yeah, let's delete this lore. This lore never happened. I promised to never bully Pon Pon, so I'm not going to anymore. Okay. Then I should not bully you either.
This lore is actually Pon Pon the... What the heck was that? Pon Pon the nightmare puns.
Evil Pon Pon.
Between Kochi and Pon.
Yeah, the lore is not accurate because Kochi and Pon Pon are not related.
That doesn't mean they can't have nightmares about it.
Oh, that's a different thing. Yeah, there's a huge difference between us. We're not similar at all. I'm a dream bunny, and Kochi is a little Dalmatian.
Actually, just a dog.
Just a dog. Kochi is just a dog. Hey, shut up. Wait. What's with the hostility all of a sudden? Police me, no. Not at all. I would never bully you. I'm going to make a very quick acid. Which is going to be the platform, it's not going to be the actual platform. But it's just going to be something that exists. Let's go with that, I guess. And then I need to save it. Here, tiles. This wouldn't be a tile. This would be a structure, I guess. Structure. Although it would take the place of a tile. Because it shouldn't be any tiles on that structure. Right, it makes more sense to have it as a structure. Let's call it this. Let's make it a structure anyway. Yeah, I did call it base platform. Yes. Unity. Export. And I should be able to find it here. Forget what are we talking about now? Pervert Uncle Kochi, thank you for making that clip. That's going to be a weird clip. I'm a dream coach at Dalmatian. Follow bullies, I don't try to bully you, Kochi. I'm just trying to be funny.
Unless
from now on, we're wearing briefs. Kochi, does that mean that you started wearing panties for me? You're so lovely. In protest. You are the worst box of all time. Trigger box is the best
They
box.
are a box.
Oh, unless someone can find me a stripper and code is like, nice. I have seen worse boxes. Yeah, I think a damp cardboard box would be a bad box. That clip better not play at ad break.
Don't worry, it will.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Kochi, there's a way to make it play less at ad breaks. Make sure that I get more clips.
Just add bomb the clip layer.
Yeah, I need more clips. Just go to my old VODs. Just find moments to clip. Just spam clips. It is be valuable clips there, of course.
Bye bye, Gochi. Have a nice day.
I'm leaving now. Goodbye. Okay, Kochi. Kochi's funny. He just shows up. He's trying to act all cool. Gets bullied. Unintentional. I don't even mean to bully Kochi. It just becomes bullied.
They are very bullyable.
And then boom. And that's Kochi. I cannot show my face on here anymore. You can. I'm really silly.
You can and you will. Well, that is your fate.
Your fate is being cute and adorable.
Seems to be common in this set of people.
I only associate with cute and adorable people. Like Jannertto.
You can't prove anything.
Oh, sounds like a challenge. Pon doesn't need to bully Kochi when Tugabox does it instead. Okay, yeah. Kinda difficult to do since chat doesn't show faces. Well, Kochi has faces. Kochi is showing his face whenever someone is using a Kochi emote. So yeah, maybe just a temporary platform anyway, doesn't matter what it looks like. It's quite large. Oh yeah, it's because it's too large. I made it twice as large as it should be. No problem, I just shrink it down to half the size. And also, you did say it was kind of difficult to not show your faces here because chat doesn't show faces. Sounds like it's very easy to not show your face here if chat doesn't show any faces. Although in chat it actually shows my face, and if you click on the username, you actually do see Kochi's face. So, are you being silly now? I know.
I'm confused.
What? How is that confused?
I don't know.
Well, to be fair, I'm often confused what you say. But I try to understand. Oh, nice. When I pressed save, it crashed. And now it crashes again.
What happened?
Blender being Blender.
I see.
Coach's story is enough. Coachy face is a good coachy face. Coach is a cute fanboy. The Cold has coachy emotes, he'll show Coach's face. Yeah. Coachy won't be showing his face here. Cold will be showing Coach's face here.
Cold face.
Not Cold's face, Coach's face.
Cold face.
Cold face. Oh, I see. That's a good one. Okay, now it's a more appropriate size. No, I made it kind of too low.
Didn't that get a line of code for the map editor? Oh, I did get one. Tatantaa.
Jannertto with the big eyes. Sad quote. No, that's more appropriate size. Oh.
That's what she said.
That's what she said, yeah.
I promised to be elsewhere at 18, so in 6 minutes.
Oh, well, sounds like you have to go then.
Not physically elsewhere. I'm gonna be in the very same spot, but...
Yeah, but I mean, it's like 6 minutes.
Yeah.
You should probably prepare for that.
No, not really. There's no real preparations needed, but yeah.
Yeah, but you should probably still end
Yeah.
here at least.
Yeah.
Well, I do appreciate the help a lot with trying to figure this stuff out.
No worries.
There are no worries.
Did this vehicle data shenanigans clear the sort of sense of doing it that way at all?
I got a bit of an understanding for what was going on. I'm starting to understand.
Nice.
A bunch of question marks, but I'm starting to understand things. But well, to be fair, I do actually have to go make some food, so actually cook some food. So maybe it's a good to end because I'm hungry.
Yeah. I need to decide whomst I'm gonna raid because there are like multiple birthday people.
Multiple birthday people. Okay, actually, let's have a look. Let's see who is on now. Oh, we have Metallico.
I'm gonna be raiding a person I have decided already. So
Okay. Who might that be?
a certain Novau.
I don't know that.
Fair enough. They're a FinTuber.
No surprise there.
Yeah. I guess we are a bit tight-knit community to a degree or another.
I don't even know how they spell that name, so...
It is rather easy.
Novau. That's what you said.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think I've been here before, so...
Probably not.
Interesting game too. Hmm.
I don't know the origins of the name, but I think WoW did have something to do with it, but I don't know.
I was thinking if I should... I don't know.
You do you. I'll be off.
Okay.
Thanks for the stream.
Well, thank
See you
you.
around.
Thank you.
Ich for fun.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Jannertto is gone. So, development stampede, yeah. Let's just go. Let's go. Wait, where's the shed? That's not the one. That's not. Wait, where did it go? Oh, there it is. Found it. Anyway, so where was I? Let's start the raid as I suggested. Let's go and say hello to someone who is playing a game on Slay the Spire 2. And yeah, I guess. Yeah. And Rabbit Stampede. Let's stampede the raid. Oh, Rabbital Stampede. Or Rabbital Stampede. Like an orbital stampede. Oh, like a developmental stampede. 16 point. Yeah, so today was a bit of a shorter day. For sure, this is no vow, meaning oh, hello. Maybe. There's a regular old Rabbital Stampede, Rabbital Orbit, or Rabbital Stampede. Yeah. I'll use the trans flag. Since we're going to someone who is publicly, officially trans. It goes with she, her. So use all your... Bring all the niceness with you. I'm pretty sure... Yeah. 18 plus, of course. My stream is 18 plus too. Yes, let's just go and say hello. It will be a fun time.